y'all. How much money have you spent on different planners that you had really high hopes for and didn't work out because they weren't the right fit for you? Today, I'm going to show you when and where you can go to get your planner supplies really cheap at the cheapest time of year, and also how you can do this and customize it to make it fit and work perfectly for you. And we're going to work on our daily planner. Hey y'all, this is the time that I like to buy all of my planner supplies at the back to school time. This time of year is whenever you can buy all this at its cheapest, and I have found that Walmart is the cheapest place to get these things. You can get these single subject college ruled notebooks or the wide ruled for only 45 cents. That is way cheaper than like the Dollar Tree or the Dollar General. And I also like to be sure and get the college ruled notebook. You have enough of space to go down on the page for each day of the month, even if you have 31 days. And also, you can use composition books, but I don't like these as much because it only has 30 spaces to go down. So if on the months that you have 31 days, that's an issue. And also with these, with the wide ruled, you also do not have enough of lines to go down for the month. But I am able to buy these, and I buy these really cheap. So I usually go through three for every year. So I go through three every 4 months, or one every 4 months. So I only need three for the year. So that's like $1.50 for paper for the year. So that is a great thing, and this is the great time to stock up on all of the school supplies and planner supplies. Now we're back from the store, and I also have set up my monthly pages. I did that in a separate video, and now I'm going to show you how I set up my daily pages. Now I do this really different than what most people do. The first thing that I like to do is I like to set up in the very little top area up here where you have a lot of space. I like to do like a month at a glance, and this is where I put things like appointments, birthdays, anniversaries, any shows that are coming up, and other important dates that I need to remember. So on the 1st, that's the day that I need to make sure all the trash is out, and also I put on here to reschedule. That has helped me remember at the end of the week, whenever I set up the following week, it helps me to remember to do that. And then on the 2nd, I like to pay all of our bills. And then on the 3rd, I like to try and put our orders in. I try and only do like one Amazon order to save on shipping, so I like to do that. And then, let's see, on the 6th, I like to take my measurements. And I have really got to try and figure out a workout schedule that will work for me in the summertime. I was doing really good in the wintertime, but it's just not working for the summertime with everything going on and being so busy. And the next thing I need to do is on the 14th. That's the day that I like to fertilize. I try and, oops, I spelled that wrong. Oh goodness. This is the day that I like to do this. I do it twice a month, and I also make my own homemade fertilizers too. And on this, I also put reschedule, since I'm going to do that twice a month, like every 2 weeks. So I do that. And then also on the 16th, I need to make sure our vinegar is done, and I also, because I make homemade vinegar, I also have videos on how I make that. It's really easy. It's really fun. I enjoy doing that, but this is usually the day that I try and tackle that if I can. Sometimes life gets busy and you can't always do it on these days, but this is like, if I can, this would work out great. And then on the last day of the month, I like to do my review and reflection. I create this page in my monthly, and I like to be sure at the end of the month, go back there and write in anything that is really important to me. I try and do that if there's like really important things throughout the month, but for sure the last day of the month I like to do that. So the next thing I do is I'm just gonna set up all the days, and we'll do it for like 1 week. So Thursday is the 1st. And I also like to do mine vertically, if that does not work for you, you can always do this where you set it up horizontally. There are all kinds of different setups. Basically anything that you see in other planners, you can just recreate those setups on your pages. So let's see, after Sunday, or on Sunday actually, I always do the weekly home blessing hour. This is basically my physical space reset. I kind of do this from like Fly Lady. I use her system that I've adapted for me, and that's what I do there. And then we'll continue on. So then we'll be Monday the 5th, and then we'll do Tuesday the 6th. It's crazy that it is already August and this year seems like it has completely flown by. Well, I guess it's not technically August, but it's about to be, so that is crazy to me. Okay, so also on this other section here, I like to write down the things that I need to remember to do for the week. So for example, this week I need to make bread flour. I also have a video showing how I make that using only 2 ingredients. It is really expensive where I'm at here, and it is a lot cheaper to make it homemade, and I already had the ingredients here, so it was really cheap. I also would like to make some English muffins. And we have, from our potato harvest, we still have quite a few potatoes, and I'd like to go ahead and try and get them put up in the freezer. That way they don't go bad. I've never had this big of a harvest before, so I don't know how long they'll last. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and make a few things with that. So I'm gonna make some mashed potatoes, and I just freeze these after I've made them, and they work out as great convenience meals. The same thing with the English muffins, like convenient side dishes. They work so great for that. So I want to do that. Let's see. Also, I want to make fries. I have videos where I show several of the fries that we make. And also, I want to try and experiment and make hash brown patties. I have never done this before, but I think it would be a really nice little side to have, especially like if we're having breakfast with the English muffins, like breakfast sandwiches. I think that would be great for that. In this section, I need to remember to preserve. So we have got quite a few tomatoes and peppers and things like that coming in, and I'm trying to make more sauce this year. I already made some, and it's crazy. We love it so much that we've already gone through it. So none of that went in the freezer, but hopefully as they keep coming in, we'll be able to get some of that in the freezer. Also, I need to remember to dehydrate some herbs. I try and stay on top of that. And then let's see, some other things that I need to do, I'm going to just draw a line here because it's kind of like food related, is we have some fish in there in our freezer that we do not like quite as much as far as flavor. So we were thinking to try and make homemade fish sticks with them. So I want to try and do that. Also, we got a part for our smoker, and I would really like to smoke some meat. We love doing that. Actually, we even have videos showing our recipe of how we do it. So I would like to do that as well and get some of that. We make a whole lot at once, and we can put that in the freezer. So we'll have nice convenience meals with that too. And on this other section here, I like to put like things I need to remember with the garden. Like I need to remember to weed, water, and harvest. So that's kind of what I do with this top section here. And then from there, I go through and I write like the things I need to remember. So we'll stick with this page first. So like on the first, I need to write to take the trash out and reschedule. And what I do is, hang on, why can I not ever spell this word? Oh goodness. Okay, there we go. I think I got it right now. Hopefully, one of these days I will spell it right. Okay, so what I do whenever we actually do it is I'll just cross it off, but I won't cross off the reschedule section. And then whenever I get to the like my week, whenever I set up for like next week, I kind of do like a moving task thing where I go through and see things that I didn't get done. Since that wasn't crossed off, then I will know to add that on to next week. So that works out really well for me, and that's how I do that. So then the second, we need to pay the bills. And then, let's see, on the 3rd, I like to put my orders in. And then, on the 4th, since it's Sunday, this is the day that I like to do my weekly home blessing hour. So I'm gonna come over here, and so I'll have to flip pages, but I usually get it all done at once. It usually takes me a couple hours to do that, but that's what I will do on Sunday special. On Monday, let's see, I don't think I have anything. On Tuesday, I would like to take my measurements. Let's see. I am struggling. I don't know why. It is so hard to talk and do this at the same time. I promise I'm not this bad at spelling, but it is really hard to do this. Okay, so then there's nothing that I have on Wednesday. So that's basically where I'm at here. And then what I do is whatever is left that I still need to remember, I will write those things here. So like the 14th, I need to remember to fertilize and reschedule. And then on, let's see, what else did we have? We had the 16th, the vinegar. And also another good thing about doing this is, you know, if you have any appointments that pop up or anything like that, you can add them in here, you know, and that way each week you add on to it, and like things that'll come up for the beginning of the next month or the following next month, you could just kind of keep adding it on. And it's just, for me, it works really good, and I'm able to keep track of everything and not forget anything. So it has worked great. So that's what I'm going to do here. And then on Sunday, I also do like a reset with all this, and any task that I either didn't get done here or need to add on, I will write that here. So that's how I do that. Now we're going to go to the tasks that I do need to get done this week and add those in. And I like to kind of space it out so like I'm not having to do everything all at once. So like we'll put the bread flour here because we go through a lot of that. We make all of our own homemade breads, and I go through that a lot. Let's see. So on Friday, we're going to do English muffins. And then on, let's see, Saturday, we will do mashed potatoes. I will probably make quite a few batches of this and get a bunch of that in the freezer, so that'll be good to do on the weekend. Let's see, I don't think, let's see, yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and put fries on Sunday. That would be good to do. And then also, let's see, what else was I thinking? On Monday, we could do the hash brown patties. I hope this turns out really good. This is something new I want to try. I always like trying new ideas and recipes and creating new recipes. I'm going to try several different ways of making this and see what we like best. I think I'm not going to do anything on Tuesday with food related stuff. And I think Wednesday I'm going to do the homemade fish sticks. So I think that's what we're going to do there. I'm really excited to try that. We have not done anything like that in a long time, so I'm really excited about that. Now, other things I need to remember is to smoke the meat. And I think we're going to start that, since we're going to do like a really, really big piece of meat. We're going to start that on Saturday. So I'm going to put that here. Whoops. Smoke meat. Okay, so and we will start that on Saturday night, and that will be dinner for Sunday night. Let's see. So I think after that, it's kind of on to my gardening things. And this, I'm just going to write it down here. It may not work out to where I need to do these, or I may need to flip-flop them, but I like to write them down just kind of as a reminder, like, hey, don't forget you need to do these things. So we're going to just start off with putting to water, weed, and harvest, because those are major things that really you got to kind of stay on top of with the garden. So we're going to go ahead and do that. See, water. Oh, about put it on weekly home blessing hour. Don't do that. Although usually my fertilizer day falls on this day, and it is such a busy day. Okay, so water, weed, harvest, and then we'll put water here too. Okay. And I think that's like all the things that I needed to remember for the week. I'm not going to put preserve here, but that might come after the harvest. I generally just keep that in my kitchen and kind of have an idea of what I need to do when with that. And then after that, I go through and I do like write out my morning routine, afternoon routine, and evening routine. So I'm gonna just go ahead and write that out, and I leave myself a little bit of space. So if there's any other tasks that come up that I need to remember to do, I can do that. So we'll do dinner and then evening routine, and I'm going to show y'all in a little bit something else I do to help me remember. Like with my morning routine, I have a lot of things I need to try and remember to do, and I struggle sometimes to remember all those things. I don't know if it's just because I'm still kind of groggy from waking up, but I struggle a little bit to get going and remember to get everything done. And I've kind of created a little hack, not only to make it easier for me to remember, but it also makes it a little more efficient with my planning, to where I'm not like writing the same thing out every single day. I'm kind of almost like abbreviating with some of these things. But the way I do it, I can still keep track of it, and I like doing it that way a lot. It has really helped me a ton. And let's see, you know what, since I was here, I can remember we were going to do English muffins. So this dinner, I think we're just going to go ahead and write breakfast sandwiches, because that's what I always do whenever I make English muffins. We'll have breakfast sandwiches, and then let's see, yeah, so then we'll have our smoked meat, and then on this day we can say that we'll have barbecue, because whenever we do that, that's what we'll always have. And I always make my pretzel buns. I have a recipe video for that. I believe that is a members only video. If y'all would like to check that out and become a member, that would be great. We really appreciate all the support. And okay, so we are going to talk about the weekly home blessing hour for a minute, and then we'll get back on to the morning routine and afternoon routine for the others. So this started out, whenever I first started, as just like my physical space reset. This is where I do things like I dust, I wash all the bedding and the throws in the living room. I just throw it all in together. I be sure and clean our bar where we keep our plants and all the TVs and computer screens and those types of things. I also like to water our plants, and this time of year I love to use rainwater, and they love it too. I like to do that with them, and also ever so often, usually once a month or so, I just put them in the shower and wash them with the shower, what is it called? The shower handle thing, not like in the tub under the big faucet. So I wash them like that, and that helps with all the dust and stuff. And actually I do that even more in the winter time, because they're not getting as much light, and that helps them to where they aren't struggling as much in the winter time. But you also have to be really careful, and with some plants, water them even less in the winter. And I actually use that and keep track here to let me know like which plants I watered what week, you know, so I know if how long it's been with them too. So if you don't want to just like test the soil, I do that too. I kind of do it both ways. That way I hopefully keep my plants as happy as possible. Okay, so now after I do that, I'm still in the kitchen, so I move on to my dish rack and be sure and wash that and replace the towel with that. Then I make my shine juice. We have a video where we show how we make this homemade, and this is like the best window cleaner ever. It's like I use this like as an all-purpose cleaner. I love it so much. And I also make another cleaner. I've yet to do a video on it, but we will get to it eventually. Also clean our bathroom and add all the toilet paper. When I'm in the bathroom, I make sure and refill all the bottles and the soap. We use a lot of bar soap, and we found that that is a lot cheaper to do. Also, after that, I go through and vacuum everything, and I make sure and clean the air conditioner filters too. Get that done every week, because them things are getting a workout, especially in August. And I need to be sure and mop. Let's see, after that, or actually while I'm doing this, I do my computer updates. So I just find that that works good. I could just have it running in the background, So that works really good for me. And then after that, usually after I've got all this done and at the end of the day, I like to do another type of reset. And this is where I sit down and I think of like the recipes that we want to have for the week. And then after that, I make my grocery list, or while I'm doing it usually. And then I also put down that we need to shop for the groceries. I don't usually do this on Sunday. Usually I shop on the following day of the week. That way it's easier. And then also after that, I need to be sure and move the files to the hard drive. Just basically get everything backed up. And then I move any tasks that I didn't get done. So for example, if I didn't get like some of these food related projects done that we had on certain days, I will just add that on to the following week and I will write them up here, as well as I will just plug in, like whenever my trash needs to be rescheduled or things like that, I will just plug those into the days that they need to go on. And then I also make sure I've got all of my emails tended to. Like I emailed everyone that I needed to for that week. I didn't forget anyone, hopefully. And then I have some type of idea for the videos that we want to do for the week. So I usually try and think of something. That way I have some type of a plan. I struggle if I do not have a plan, and it actually, I don't know, I'm one of these weird people. It causes me like anxiety because it's like, oh no, I don't even know what I'm going to do. So I like to have some type of a plan. And then also I have a few reoccurring tasks that I need to figure out a better system for this. I just have not yet. So I do have a few reoccurring tasks that I have to write out for each day. And that's basically all I do for my weekly home blessing hour for Sunday. And then so now we're going to move on to like the rest of the morning routine, afternoon routine, and all of that. Be sure and put dinners in here, and sometimes I will plan them out and like write it in here, and sometimes I just kind of have a list of the things that we can make, and that's what we'll go with. How do y'all plan? Do y'all like plan it all? Like we for sure are having this every day. We're not that structured, and we have too many things that come up every now and then that we find it is a lot less stressful if we just do it this way. So that's what we do. So we're almost done here. Okay, so that's how I do all of that. And now I'm going to show you like with my morning routine. I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way. What I do is I create a flip out that I use to help me remember like these things that I need to get done. So we are going to hopefully put this in here. Y'all, I struggle with this. I don't know why me and tape do not get along. So hopefully this will go well. I hope. So I think what we're going to do is put it down like this. Okay, well, I guess it's stuck here, so we're going with it. So what we'll do is put it here, and it'll just have to come over there. It's not too bad. I've had it be much worse. Not too horrible of a struggle. And I just use a piece of cardstock with this too. And so we'll come over here, and let's see. Whoops, I went too far. I'm not even in the right spot. Okay, so let's come over here. Okay, so I need to find my ruler. There it is. Okay, I was not prepared enough for this. Okay, so what I do, and I cannot see again, we're just going to do our best here to make lines. I can't see very well, so they are probably not going to be very straight. Sorry about that. My family has been joking with me and saying like we need to get you like a laser level or something, because I am absolutely horrible with this. I am so very sorry. It really is hard to try and film this and do all of this, and the way I'm trying to work on different setups, so hopefully we can get it figured out, but I am trying my best here, so please forgive me if this is not straight. But y'all can set yours up to where you don't have to do lines. I write really, really big, so I kind of need that as a guide to help me not get too crazy with it. So we're just gonna keep going here. hopefully I have enough of lines. I think I needed 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Almost. Almost there. So that'll be 13. And I think I needed 14. So hopefully if I counted right, we should be good. Okay, so I just like to title this as routines. And you can do this, like break it up and do it just morning routine, afternoon routine, whatever works for you. And what I do is I like write the things that I need to remember. So at the beginning of the day, I need to remember to get ready. Always do that, but it's just nice to check something off. And then also while I'm in the bathroom, I need to empty the dehumidifier. This thing has been amazing. It works so good. It's just a cheap little dehumidifier that we had got online, but we love it so much. I also be sure and drink some water first thing in the morning and take my vitamins. Also after that, I work on breakfast, and after that, I make sure and get all the dishes up. Let's see, after that, I work on refilling up the water. We use a water filter because where we're at, we have a lot of chlorine in our water, and we use like the Berkey water filters, and that works great. It makes the water taste so good. So we're really spoiled. Like we go to like restaurants or something and have a water, or just in town, even the bottled water, it does not taste nearly as good as that to us. And then usually in the morning I try and have some type of idea as to what's for dinner. That way, in case if I need to make bread or anything like that, I try and make sure and have an idea. And then after that, I get a load of laundry started. And then after that, I usually go outside and I will change all the hummingbird feeders. And then let's see, after that I also, while I'm out there, I go ahead and look at the garden. And another thing I love about using these planners, since I only go through 3 of these a year, it works out great for me with this little flip out with the routines, because the way it works for me is like sometimes I'm dealing with the garden and stuff like that, and other times I'm not. So I can like put all of my things here. Like in the earlier spring, I'm like taking my plants in and out all the time and need to remember that. And in the winter time, I don't have to worry about any of that. So this works out great for me with the routines and being able to just kind of change it up with the seasons basically. So this works perfect for me. And after that, I need to exercise. And I am still unsure of what will work for me during the summertime, so I need to figure that out. Then I move on and try and check my emails and get all of that sorted, and then all the other tasks that I need to get done for the day. So that's what I need to do here. And then if you wanted, you could do like an afternoon routine or an evening routine. I generally don't have nearly as much issues with that. I guess I just struggle in the morning time. But that's what I do there. And then I'm also going to put my exercise routine here. I still do not know what I'm going to do or what routine might work well for me, because what I was doing before is not working. So I will have to come back to that. But I think that is everything that I do for like my daily planner. In fact, I did forget something, something really important to this flip out. So whenever I actually do these things, I use this side here as like a checkbox. And what I do for the other days is I use my ruler here and make like little makeshift checkbox here. That way I can check all of these things off like that. So I go through and do that. It's just something, to me, this is a lot more efficient than just having to write all of these things out every day. And this has really worked really good, especially if you're like trying new things or trying to like build new habits. It's just an easy way to keep track of it like that. So I just go through and create my little check boxes here, and I think I might actually have everything done with the planner. but this is what I do, and this is what has worked really, really good for me. So I thank y'all all so much for watching, liking, and commenting. I appreciate y'all so very much. Y'all be sure and check out our channel and everything, and we also have a monthly video too, if y'all would check that out. And thank y'all all again. Y'all take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye.